Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Earlham Field Hockey. Great to have you with us as we kick off a brand new season for the Earlham Quakers. It's going to be a beautiful day today as well, and we have a busy schedule for the Quakers as well, not just field hockey this morning, soccer and football this afternoon. The soccer men's team opened up last night. We'll talk more about them as we continue throughout the day today, and of course, the football team opens up this afternoon. They'll take on Southern Virginia beginning at 2:30 pregame coverage right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports, getting it away at around 2:10. But field hockey kicks off today, and for the Quakers, they open up against a team that's brand new to field hockey, Concordia out of Wisconsin. The Falcons beginning their program with today's matchup. When we come back on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame show, we'll talk about this Earlham field hockey team, where this program is going as they head into a brand new year, a double weekend. They play today, and they'll be back in action tomorrow. We'll talk about what to expect in this new season under head coach Heather Moore in just a couple of moments. We continue in the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium as we get set for today's matchup. The Quakers take on the Falcons of Concordia, Wisconsin. Earlham coming off a 4-13 campaign last year. They got out to a fast start, then got into NCAC play. Actually played pretty well overall. They just didn't score as much, and their depth was an issue last year. Certainly might be an issue this year as well, as they finished 3-11 in the NCAC, 3-7 here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Heather Moore still continuing to build this program. There are some key players back, including Megan Hutt, who had 9 goals and 3 assists last year. As she goes is how the Quakers go. Also, Christina Bruner and Caitlin Bruner are back. You look at those two together, two very, very good players. Christina, 2 goals, 4 assists last year. Caitlin Bruner with 4 goals. Quakers have to find a way to score more this year. That is certainly going to be big. They only had 21 goals in their 17 games last year. Their shots on goal percentage was at 57%, but only averaged 9.2 shots per contest. And they'll have a brand new goalkeeper. She will be young, just a freshman, as Camille Vandervaart out of The Hague, Netherlands, will get the start today in goal. Just a freshman, and there are 2 freshman goalkeepers on the team this year. We will come back, get things underway. It is game 1 of a brand new season as we continue in the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
At Richmond Power & Light, we're committed to Richmond. We've been a part of this community for over 114 years. We're not part of some big energy conglomerate, and we don't answer to out-of-town stockholders. Instead, we are accountable to you. And just like you, we want what's best for our hometown. That means you can count on us to provide reliable electricity at low rates. We are Richmond Power & Light, your hometown electric utility, building Richmond a better tomorrow. Hitters Hangout Academy is the area's leading instructional academy for baseball and softball players. They offer the best instruction in baseball hitting, pitching, infield, and outfield play, as well as catching, strength, lifting, and agility. In softball, the academy will also focus on hitting, pitching, infield, and outfield play, strength, and agility. Hitters Hangout Academy in Richmond, helping young players understand the game and play the game the right way.
Back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College. We're now moments away from the opening of the field hockey season. We mentioned Earlham already busy with men's soccer last night. We'll have their second contest coming up later today right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Football coming up a little bit later as well, as we will kick things off this afternoon at 2:30. Pregame coverage getting underway at 2 o'clock, around 2:10 actually this afternoon. So ready to get this one underway again. Concordia, the Falcons out of Wisconsin, will be in their white uniforms today. The Quakers in their maroon here this afternoon. Samantha Landis is the head coach for the Falcons and putting a team together from scratch, and really an unknown here today in many respects when you consider that you're playing a team that is, you can't scout them. There's nothing to scout other than you look at the roster and go from there. We mentioned already that Camille Vandervaart will be in goal. Watch her today. Keep an eye also on Maita Turlings, the sophomore back also from the Netherlands, and then Megan Hutt, another player from the Netherlands. Of course, Megan, the senior on this team. There's only a couple of seniors. It's a relatively young team for the Quakers this year, just two seniors, and the other one is Siren Keskin. And Keskin not in the starting lineup here today. So here we go as the Falcons will be moving from left to right as we get this one underway here this afternoon. Great to have you with us here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. 35-minute halves. The game generally goes pretty quick. We'll keep an eye on the fouls here this afternoon as well as we go, and we are underway, and it will be Falcons ball on the attack. Quakers defensively were actually very good last year. We'll see at least generally, except for the real power teams in the NCAC, so they're hoping to close the gap this season. Good look there at Sydney Barnes, just a freshman out of Dallas, Texas, as the Quakers will work the ball here to the near sideline. There's Barnes once again. Barnes playing defense out of Green Hill High School down in Dallas. Foul called there on the Quakers, and we'll move back the other way. So now the Falcons really in their first serious attack of a 2016 season and a new beginning now for the Falcons. Natalie Blatz, the sophomore out of Amherst, New York, playing on defense as well on the outside, and a whistle, and that'll stop play. There will be a lot of stoppages of play as we go because of fouls called by the officials. Good look at the Quakers here to the near side as they put it in play. And again, the Quakers will now work it to the far side. That was Matai Turlings once again for the Quakers. Take that, Maita. Got her name wrong last year. It's Maita Turlings for the Quakers. And now the Falcons will reverse it back into their own zone and try to work it now to the near sidelines. The Quakers also will make the change as well as they will reverse it to midfield. Good look at Tu Pham, the freshman out of Denver, Colorado, as now the Falcons on the counterattack here to the near sideline. Again, the ball has to go inside the strike circle and then brought back out. Once it gets inside the circle, it has to touch a player from your own team before you can score. In other words, you can't score outside that strike circle. Looking for penalty corners, too. You get a certainly man advantage on the penalty corner as a whistle and a foul will stop play. The backside official whistling over now to the Falcons, and you'll see them work here to the near sideline, and the ball will go out of bounds, last touched by the Falcons. That was Kelsey Fulton who touched it last for Concordia. Quakers put it in play, and of course Megan Hutt has it stolen away as now the Falcons on the counterattack just outside the circle. Now they have an opportunity, but good defense again for the Quakers. Earlham able to bring it to the near sideline. It goes out of play, but again, Earlham able to get back on defense to stop the attack that time by the Falcons. And now Concordia will set it up as we get closer to midfield. Field hockey, much like hockey, you try to reset, get the defense maybe to shift one way or the other, and then try to attack. And right now the Falcons working it back to the middle. Quakers again defensively come up with a steal. Megan Hutt, very good once again with the stick as she's on the dribble past midfield and now into the attacking third for the Quakers, and the ball knocked away as the Falcons again able to get it back defensively, and another good steal here to the near sideline. Coming up on the 31-minute mark, Quakers still trying to get the ball inside the strike circle for the first time here this afternoon, or should say now this morning, as now the ball comes near side and a whistle stoppage of play as Caitlin Brunner able to play defensively to the near side, and now the ball goes out of bounds as the Falcons will get it back once again. They'll place the ball very close to the 35-yard line, and that is where the Falcons will now bring it up the near side, and once again ball touched and goes out of play. Good look at Sydney Barnes, again out of Dallas, Texas, back on defense for the Quakers. Earlham right now not able to get that ball past the defenseman so far for the Falcons. As now the dribble here to the near sideline, and they'll advance the pass, and the Quakers again retreat on defense to regain the possession. Good look at Natalie Blatz once again, who will forward that ball as the Quakers go on the counterattack near midfield, and once again the Falcons come up with another steal. Ball coming now to the near side, and once again for the Falcons just outside the strike circle, and now the Quakers able to come back. There's Blatz once again on defense coming up with a steal, and neither team so far able to mount a shot on goal here in this first game of a brand new season. Quakers will be back in action tomorrow. They'll take on Transylvania. That'll be a 1 o'clock start time again here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Ball went out of bounds here to the near side. Once again, the Falcons able to come up with it, but there for the Quakers, Megan Hutt, and now a whistle and a foul. The backside official blowing that one dead. Quakers will keep it and now go on the attack. There's Megan Hutt. Very good with the stick. We'll look to center that ball. Goes under the stick of Sam Dunn of Concordia. And the Quakers will have it just outside the strike circle as it'll be centered right at about the 25-yard line. Backside official will make the defense pull back. And now the Quakers ready to go on the attack once again. Ball worked out front inside the circle. Chance here for the Quakers. And the ball comes back out front, gets loose, and the Falcons, who have brought a pretty good crowd here today, and more fans showing up here at Darrell Bean Stadium to see the Quakers and the Falcons here this afternoon. Falcons back on the counterattack once again. Ball left side intended, I believe, for Rachel Scholes, but it went a little bit wide now inside the strike circle, and once again Quakers able to clear it out. Earlham doing a nice job defensively as well, as again both teams struggling here in the first half to get a shot on goal. Now the Quakers have an opportunity inside the strike circle, but cleared away once again by that Falcon defense. Quakers will handle out front, and a whistle and a foul. Backside official will call that as Olivia Honigman, the junior out of Richmond, Vermont, on the control, and now the Quakers will look to set it up. Falcons able to stop the advancement once again. They've done a nice job for a first-year team against a veteran squad when you consider the Quakers have both Christine and Caitlin Bruner back, Megan Hutt back as well. Ball goes out of bounds to the near side off the stick that time of Kelsey Fulton. There is, one junior, one senior on this team of Concordia. They have a couple of sophomores, and everyone else, they are freshmen. Ball out near side. Beautiful day here today. Light breeze, clear skies, and you couldn't ask for a better day for the opener of this one here for the Quakers and the Falcons. Now the Falcons put it in play near sideline. Megan Hutt once again so quick with the stick, and on the dribble takes it to midfield and then gets the double team from behind. It was Isabella Bilton who took it away from behind, and now the Quakers get a steal as well. As we continue to go back and forth, who will strike first? Sophia Kottman cross midfield. Kottman winds up, puts it inside the strike circle. Quakers defensively back. Good job again by the Quakers defensively. Maita Turlings once again there for the Quakers, and now Earlham will go on the counterattack up the right sideline. 26:43 to go here in the first half, and again we haven't seen a shot on goal yet as the ball goes out of bounds to the far sideline. And they will say it'll be Quaker ball. Earlham doing a good job so far today in their spacing. I think they've only had it inside that strike circle a couple of times. Kennedy Boyer is the goalkeeper today for the Falcons. Boyer gets the start. Sophia O'Connor, Brianna Bueller, Rachel Scholes, along with Rachel Larson, Sam Dunn, Sophia Kottmer, Kelsey Fulton, Abigail Martin, Isabella Bilton, and Brandy Mueller. Those are your starters today for the Falcons here this afternoon. Ball far sideline. Quakers try to keep it in play. One player you'll see all over the place, Megan Hutt. There's no doubt about it, one of the top players in the NCAC again this year, and the Quakers will rely a lot on her and sometimes unfairly put a lot of pressure on her because she is the scorer on this team. Quakers here to the near side, try to get the steal, but the Falcons do a good job advancing. Here's Kelsey Fulton now near sideline as she'll go back and forth and played a little catch that time with Rachel Larson. Right sideline, the official says advance it, so the Falcons will do so inside the strike circle near the sideline. Ball centered, knocked away. Chance here for the Falcons, and the Quakers defense comes up with a stop, but not yet. The Quakers will have to play it well right here. Knocked away by the goalkeeper with the left foot as Vander Bart ends up getting a leg on it, but we should have our first penalty corner of the day. And this is certainly what you're going to look for. Try to get a score right here. You definitely have more than a man advantage, and again, what you'll try to do, you can see the ball being put in play in the hash mark left. Quakers will look to come out and make the stop as early as they can. They'll force the pass out front, inside the strike circle, opportunity, knocked down, high stick right there, and that'll go over to the Quakers. So the first penalty corner of this brand new season for Knott for the Falcons of Concordia, Wisconsin. Ball advanced past midfield. Now the Falcons once again will bring it back and get it into Earlham territory just outside the strike circle once again as we come up on the 24-minute mark. And the ball advanced all the way down the field and into Falcon territory. Quakers try to go on the counterattack once again at the right sideline and unable to keep the possession as the Falcons again able to get another steal. They've done a very good job on the defensive side and then coming back with a steal and then advancing the ball, but now the Quakers come back as well as you see Natalie Blatz there for Earlham. First half play here in the 2016 season. Falcons again far sideline under the stick of Brianna Bueller. And again, the Quakers try to advance it. Good defensive play again by the Falcons as they'll clear it out to midfield, and a good look at Kelsey Fulton once again. Foul called that time on the Falcons, and so now the Quakers once again on the counterattack. They'll look up the right sideline. And the Falcons again able to stop that attack. So they'll have a 3-on-3 break right here at midfield and opportunity again for the Falcons. One penalty corner so far. That was the Falcons a few moments ago. And again, Quakers trying to get something going offensively as they will get stopped at midfield. As we continue to go back and forth between these two teams here this morning. There's a foul called on the Falcons. 22 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Ball centered midfield for the Falcons and now to the near sideline. Quakers there defensively under the stick that time of Natalie Blatz, and now will work out just outside the strike circle. Falcons get an opportunity. Ball knocked away and will come to the right side. Falcons putting the pressure back on that Quaker defense once again. Earlham able to come up with it here to the near side, and now let's see who will work it to the sideline. Falcons have a player in front and a player in back of Caitlin Bruner. But a foul called there on the Falcons. So again, the Quakers will go on the attack. There's Sydney Barnes who will put it in play, and that one squirts all the way down inside the strike circle. But no one there for the Quakers. And now we've got a whistle and stoppage of play, and I believe that'll be a foul called on the Quakers, and it is. I believe they ended up getting 2 FOM on the play with the foul, as now we're down to the 21-minute mark. So we're 14 minutes in, still nothing so far for both these squads. And the Quakers, no shots on goal yet. That ball placed inside the strike circle goes past the end line, and it'll go back over to the Falcons. See the spacing here for the Falcons as they'll work it again to the near side just in front of their own bench, and the Quakers able to come up with the steal. That's Sydney Barnes, the freshman again out of Dallas. Falcons come back, Quakers come back as well. That's Megan Hutt. Hutt's going to draw a crowd every time she gets a hold of the ball. Foul called that time on the Falcons up the near sideline. And there for the Quakers is Caitlin Bruner. Bruner inside the circle, whistle, backside official. And let's see what they call here. If the Quakers will put it in play, they will just outside the circle, as you see to the left. And here's Megan Hutt. Hutt double-teamed, ball knocked away. Again, Falcons get a stick on it. Quakers keep the possession. Once again to the near side. There's Megan again. There you see 2 white jerseys around her again. And every time she touches it, someone is going to be there, at least 1 or 2 players, as now the ball placed to the left of the strike circle. Quakers tried to center that ball out front and turn it over, as now the Falcons go on the counterattack. And now we've got a foul called on the Falcons. A little bit of a high stick that time I think it was called on Brandy Mueller out of Anchorage, Alaska, the senior. And we will have a change now in the Concordia lineup as Caitlin Wenzel will come in. She's out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Quakers again give up the possession here to the near side, and once again we'll see the Falcons on the counterattack as they bring it just across the 30-yard line. Quakers able to get the stop there. Natalie Blatz, who's played well defensively here this afternoon, coming up with the steal. So now after the foul call, Falcons on the counter once again. There you see Camille Vandervaart coming out, the goalkeeper, the freshman out of The Hague, Netherlands, coming out to make the play there, and that will be called on the Falcons. So now the Quakers back on the counterattack. Rough day so far, Earlham offensively. We talked about that in the pregame as they need to come up with something offensively, and so far it has not happened. Ball just to the left, now into the strike circle for the Falcons as it almost goes out of bounds on the end line, and the Quakers regain the possession, look to wind up and take it the other way as the ball now rolls out of bounds on the far side, and we'll go back once again to the Falcons. Earlham, good backside help defensively. You see a couple of the players making their way just inside the strike circle, and now the ball works its way back out front. And the Quakers able to regain once again. Falcons look to get the ball in the possession, but it goes out of bounds. Brandy Mueller unable to run that one down. There you see the Quakers and now the official blowing it dead, and I think they're going to make a change right here. Where will that ball be? I'm not sure where they called that, but apparently the foul called it right at about the 15-yard line. And that's where the Quakers, again, will put it in play. No success right there as they'll call that a kick, and it hit the foot, I believe, of Megan Hutt. So we'll bring it back once again, and they'll reset it. They are very particular in where they will set the ball. So now the Falcons inside the strike circle. Opportunity once again, and I believe we have our second penalty corner, and we will. So 2 penalty corners now for Concordia. The Quakers have yet to get a penalty corner. In the advantage of the penalty corner, Quakers have to drop 6 players back all the way to the 50-yard line. And then what you'll have here is you have the flyer and, of course, your left, right, and post coming out to defend. Inside the circle, shot knocked away for the Quakers. Again, a shot knocked down as the Quakers stop 2 attempts inside the circle, and the Falcons keep the pressure on. And when you get a huge cluster of players right in front of the net, that is very tough for the goalkeeper and Camille Vandervaart. And we have our third penalty corner now for Concordia. So they lead in that category 3-0. As again, you'll see the Quakers make the run. Flyer will try to force the ball one way or the other as the ball comes now to the near side. The centering pass just under the stick. The backhand as we look in front of the goalkeeper, and a foul called on the Falcons, and someone got a foot on it that time. Boy, just under the stick of Kelsey Fulton. Otherwise, a possible opportunity for the Falcons to score first. And once again, ball is just outside the strike circle to the left. Megan Hutt there defensively for the Quakers. And the Falcons work it to the end line, and it goes out of play. So now the Quakers on the counterattack here. Not a good clear that time. You've got to clear it out of there better than that. The Quakers find themselves back on their heels once again as the Falcons offensively putting the pressure on. Shot will go wide, and that one not too far away as Brandy Mueller there for the Falcons almost made this a 1-0 contest here in the first half of play. As now you see the clock down to 14:44 remaining here in the first half. And the Falcons will put it in play. Sophia O'Connor. Neither team has really gone very deep under the bench so far here in the first half. So depth may be a problem as the ball squirts away as it goes very close to going out of play, but the Falcons keep it in bounds as that one just in front of the netting, and the Quakers able to clear it out here to the near side. Defensively, Quakers didn't get back in time, almost paid for it that time. So now Earlham will put it in play here to the near side. That's Blatz again for the Quakers up the near sideline. Ball to midfield once again. And now the Quakers. Here's Caitlin Bruner. Bruner once again inside, well, just outside the circle. Thought maybe it would go in. This time it does, just at the top. And a whistle, and we have our first penalty corner now for the Quakers. So let's see if now Earlham can take advantage of this opportunity with just over 13 minutes remaining here in the first half. Quakers will place it hash mark left. Four defensive players will come out and challenge with the flyer on top. Here's Hutt. Got a topper on that one. Didn't get a clean hit. And the ball will go out of play. Will go to the Falcons. So we've had 4 penalty corners so far here this morning. And all 4 have been for naught. But the Quakers, I think Megan Hutt just topped the ball that time as she was looking to put a hard hit on the strike, but just ended up going over the top of the ball. So here's Hutt right side. Tried to center the ball, knocked away near the goal, and that one just wide to the left, and the Quakers narrowly miss an opportunity to score. I think you had both Christina and Caitlin Bruner right in front of the goal, and as it squirts away just to the right of the goalkeeper, Kennedy Boyer. Falcons back on the attack, and the Quakers able to get the steal. There's Megan Hutt once again. And Quakers work it out front. Isabella Grasso, the sophomore out of Pittsford, New York, in control on the dribble, and the foul called now on the Falcons. Still scoreless here in the first half. Maita Turlings again for the Quakers, and we'll go Megan Hutt right side. Ball tipped by 2 Falcons. And that one hit the arm of the second. Once again, near side for the Quakers. You see Megan Hutt now for Earlham as we are now approaching the 9-minute mark remaining here in the first half of play. Quakers with 3 penalty corners. Concordia also with 3 penalty corners, but so far no score here in the first half of play. So Earlham, once again after the penalty, will take it right at midfield. They'll move them up an extra 5 yards as the Quakers will put it in play. As you see Sydney Barnes, the freshman for the Quakers. Scramble for the loose ball, and it's won there by Caitlin Henry, the junior out of Lansing, Illinois, is now checked in once again for Concordia. And no score here in the first half. Quakers on the chase, run down for the Falcons, and now inside the strike circle. Opportunity here for the Quakers, and they're going to back it up. That ball apparently off the forearm of one of the Falcon players, so that means the Quakers will have the opportunity once again to go back on offense. See how Earlham will play this. They moved them down very close to the 10-yard line, and that's where Maita will put it in play. Maita Turling's inside the circle. There's your goalkeeper, and we've got another penalty corner. The goalkeeper that time, Kennedy Boyer, stepping out. But this will be penalty corner number 4 unofficially now for the Quakers. And always, just like in hockey, you're at an advantage right here to get yourself a goal as only 4 defenders. Everyone else retreats all the way back to midfield. So if you work quick, you can get an opportunity to get a quick goal on the board. Here is the shot up front as Megan Hutt can't get it to go, and that one caroms all the way back outside for the Falcons, and they will blow that one dead as well, and the foul will be called on the Quakers. So now the Falcons in play here in the first half. Earlham has kind of turned the corner a little bit offensively, putting more pressure again on the Falcons with those 4 penalty corners. It was all Falcons early, but now things have changed a little bit here in the later stages of the second half. All near side once again. Quakers come up with a steal, and well, we're going to go back and forth here around the 40, and now Earlham once again in possession, and they'll try to work it to midfield as we just go back and forth. Neither team gaining much of an advantage here in this possession. Foul called on the Quakers. Ball inside the strike circle. Quakers look to clear it as Maita there for the Quakers again defensively, and will work it to the far sideline. Clock at 6 minutes here in the first half. No score between the Falcons and the Quakers. Ball now to the near side is once again stolen away by Kelsey Fulton and goes past the end line, and they will now take it on the side here, I believe, and it will be Falcon ball. Well, we're going to bring it back out near the 25, so not exactly where we thought it was going to be. So now the Falcons will put it back in play here to the near side. Falcons trying to get on the board as they'll put that ball inside the circle. Good job again by Vandervaart to clear that one with the left leg and the padding there, and it'll come out of bounds here on the near sideline. And now we'll see the Quakers go back on offense. They have to work pretty quick. We talk about this time and time again from a time standpoint. You don't have very many opportunities, even with 5 minutes remaining on the clock, as that ball goes high, hits off the arm. It looked like it was Keskin there for the Quakers. The backside official said no, it was hit first by a Falcon player, so it will be Earlham ball. Here's Sydney Barnes, near side for Earlham. Give the Falcons a lot of credit. First-year team, and they're hanging right with the Quakers here in the first half. Here is Megan Hutt once again, just outside the strike circle. But, boy, Falcons really keying on her this afternoon as Isabel Bilton ends up getting the steal, comes back and does it again. They are not going to let Megan Hutt get on track here this afternoon. Blatz will look to center that ball. No one was there. It was intended for Turlings, but goes to the far side, and Quakers try to run it down. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Falcon ball. Again, football this afternoon. Our pregame beginning at around 2:10. We'll kick it off at 2:30. We have soccer today beginning at 3. Samantha Lombardi out of Ancaster, Ohio, will check in now for the Falcons. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Quakers try to work it sideline, but once again to no avail as the Falcons able to pull off the stop. Caitlin Bruner here to the near side, wide open if they can work it to the left, and Bruner does a great job advancing the ball, especially on the open dribble, as now the ball again will go to bounds to the far side. Here is Megan Hutt. Top player, is one of the top players in the NCAC, but again, you see two white jerseys around her. You had Isabel Bilton and Sam Dunn. They were not going to let her advance that ball. As now the Falcons to the far side. Good look at Caitlin Wenzel now for the Falcons. They have an opportunity again as the clock now down to 2:35 here in the first half. Quakers on the right side, centering ball, gets inside the strike circle, trying to clear it that time. Abigail Martin, and the foul called on the Quakers. So Earlham again, an opportunity. They got it inside the circle, just can't do anything with it. Had a stretch there where they got 4 quick penalty corners as well, but just unable to capitalize here in the first half. Keep an eye on the clock, down to 2 minutes. If you're going to work a possession now, you've got to work it very quick. That's Megan Hutt. Hutt draws the double team. Stick knocked it away for a moment from the Falcons, and once again, ball up that right sideline. And the Quakers again lose a possession, regain, but a foul will be called. I think they got Grasso on the foul, and again the Falcons on the counterattack. Lead pass up the left sideline. Falcons trying to work it quickly, just inside the strike circle to the left, near the end line, and the Quakers come back, and I think we have a penalty corner. We will. Trying to see who they called that on. That may have been Natalie Blatz, who ended up getting a leg on that ball. This will be the 4th penalty corner now for Concordia. And again, another good opportunity here for the Falcons. They want to get on the board as we're running very close. In fact, 1 minute to go here in the first half. And so far in your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, nothing. Quakers stop the penalty corner. Isabella Grasso there for the Quakers, but then they'll call the foul. You see the official right there in the pink jersey top, and they're going to place that ball just at the penalty, or should say at the strike circle. Ball inside the circle. Boy, give it up right here. If the Quakers give a goal right here, that would be huge for the Falcons, but then the Falcons called for the foul. And now the Quakers have just 19 seconds to advance. They would have to work very quickly. We're going to get to halftime here with no score by either one of these two teams in the first half. Inside the circle, Quakers will not make a mistake, and we will end the first half. And so far, again, nothing offensively for either one of these two teams in the first game of the 2015 season. So we will come back with the Wesley Bates Wealth Management halftime report coming up in just a couple of moments. Stay right there. This is field hockey action right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Hi, this is Troy Argowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners. It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770. Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Darrell Bean Stadium, located due south of the Athletics and Wellness Center, is home to the Earlham football, field hockey, track and field, women's lacrosse, and men's lacrosse teams. Completed in 2007, the stadium received a facelift in 2012 in the form of field turf and an 8-lane track. Named after Darrell Bean, class of 1955 and former director of admissions, the stadium seats up to 2,000 people. The Earlham football team calls a 90-person locker room their home during the fall, while each team who visits Darrell Bean Stadium uses the 80-person visiting locker room. Storage areas, concession stands, and restrooms are other amenities the stadium offers.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at tonyscarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium. I think we have some of the technical issues figured out after the halftime, but welcome back. No score after the first half of play. We're ready for half number 2, and always a good part about getting into a brand new season is we get an opportunity to work out some bugs here as well. So we're going to do that here. Unfortunately, we again are sorry about that first half of play, but we'll give it a shot and here in the second half as well. We're even trying to work on getting the clock on the right time here. So let's move one more off there, and we should be set to go. There's your 35 minutes. Again, neither team putting together a very solid offensive attacks in the first half of play. So let's see what adjustments have been made now here for the second half. It'll be Quakers with the possession to open things up. They'll again move from left to right. I want to remind you again, we have soccer coming up later this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Football pregame coverage beginning at 2:10. And the kickoff is at 2:30. Near side here for the Quakers, and Earlham changing ends. Hopefully they'll have a better bit of luck of trying to get some points on the board, some goals in the basket here for the Quakers in the first half of play, but it'll be the Falcons once again working it just outside the strike circle. Foul called, and that'll go against Earlham as once again the Falcons take possession. Sam Dunn just above the strike circle, and once again ball work to the far side. First half, 4 penalty corners for Concordia, 4 for the Quakers. And they'll whistle that one dead. The Falcons guilty of the foul, and once again Earlham takes over in their possession. Earlham had a slow start to the first half. About halfway through the first half, they got things going offensively and then kind of died down once again at the end of the first half. A lot of fans making their way here this afternoon to not just see field hockey, but they'll get a chance to watch some football and soccer on a beautiful Saturday. Falcons again able to come up with the possession, and they'll whistle that one dead against Rachel Larson. Now the ball cleared all the way down into Falcon territory as they'll work it now to the far side. Right now we played most of this matchup here today, other than a couple of exceptions between the 10s and the 10s. It just hasn't been a whole lot of shots on goal as the ball comes now to the near side. Quakers giving chase, but again Falcons able to regain the possession. And they'll whistle that one dead. Backside official calls the foul against the Quakers. Falcons will put it in play. The nice thing about this, you can do a little surveying, and that's exactly what Sam Dunn was doing, trying to see what might be available, and the Quakers called they'll get Natalie Blatch on the foul, and once again they'll work it just outside the strike circle from right to left. That's done. Quakers again come up with the steal, and Megan Hutt there able to get a stick on the ball to the near sideline, and again a foul called on the Falcons. We'll see Megan again on the dribble here to the near side, trying to clear it by the defender, and good job by Hutt once again. Hutt, you see on the dribble, there's 3 white jerseys around here. The stick touched that time by Sophia O'Connor inside the strike circle now for the Quakers, and Megan tried to backhand that one, went to the turf, and now the ball will squirt loose to the far side and near the end line, and I believe we may have a penalty corner, and we will. So for the Quakers, this will be penalty corner number 5. Ball will be placed on the hash mark to the left. See if we can see who that is. That's going to be Sydney Barnes, who will put it in play, and they whistle that one dead right away. Well, keeping an eye on one of the Falcon players at midfield, that was Sam Dunn. If she made it down there that quickly, that's the fastest I've ever seen a player make it from midfield. Here's Hutt, winds up, has that one deflected, ball inside the strike circle, and the Quakers trying to put the pressure on the goalkeeper, Kennedy Boyer, and a foul called on the Quakers. So Earlham unable to capitalize on an opportunity here in the second half of play to get that first goal on the board. So now Falcons once again in possession. Quakers whistled for the penalty, and now we'll peel back on defense as we're down to 30 minutes. We've gone 5 minutes here now in the second half, and still nothing on the board. Either one of these two teams struggling to get something going offensively is now the Falcons near midfield. Ball taken away off the stick that time of Samantha Lombardi, and the Quakers work it to the far sideline. Quakers again bring it near side. Falcons do a good job again. They've been very consistent today defensively, stopping the Quakers and getting a lot of deflections, and now the Quakers take over. Maida Turlings has it taken away, and here come the Falcons. On the counterattack for the Quakers, and against the Quakers, should say, but the Quakers come back and get a steal here to the near side, and Quakers try to clear it, and that ball hitting the arm of a Earlham player. That may have been Isabella Grasso. Falcons being very patient offensively as the ball now to the near side, and then just whiffing on the pass attempt was Isabel Bilton. Falcons again here on the counterattack as the Quakers peel back quickly on defense. Ball inside the strike circle, knocked away with the right padding by Vandervaart, the goalkeeper for the Quakers, and it's cleared all the way to the far sideline. We've now made it under the 29-minute mark here in the second half. We didn't get any statistics at halftime on how many shots on goal in that first half, but we'd mentioned there just weren't many. Backside official near the sideline will whistle that one dead, and it'll be Falcon ball very close to midfield to the far side. You can get a good look right there at the Falcons putting it in play. Spacing a huge key in field hockey, just like it is in any other sport. Get too many people jumbled all up, and it's hard to make any passes, as they will call the Quakers on that one. That was Christina Bruner called on the penalty. Sam Dunn will clear this one, and that'll go all the way past to the end line and out of play. And now we're down to 27:55 to go. If you end up in a overtime situation, you're looking at 10 minutes. And then pretty soon you get into that next overtime. You start losing players on each side until someone finally decides it. That ball goes out of bounds again on the far side. Quakers again back here tomorrow as they will take on Transylvania. Give you an idea of the Quakers' schedule this year. They're going to be right into conference play coming up on, I believe it's Tuesday, when they take on Ohio Wesleyan, a very good team out of the NCAC. So the Quakers have just 2 non-conference matchups to get ready for conference play. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time right here at Darrell Bean Stadium as they will play into the lights again coming up on Tuesday. They will head to Sewanee September 10th. That'll be next weekend at 11 o'clock start time. They'll play Sewanee and Hendricks next weekend as the Quakers hit the road for the first time, and then they'll travel to Worcester NCAC contest on September the 16th, and at Oberlin on September the 17th. As you see the ball go out of bounds again on the far sideline. Denison back here on September 23rd. That's a 5 o'clock start time, another NCAC contest. And then Kenyon on September 24th. Make sure you check the Earlham website, goearlham.com, for all the information on Earlham athletics. Foot race for the loose ball. Quakers able to clear it out of bounds here on the near sideline. Falcons here on the near side. Caitlin Wenzel there for the Falcons. And this is becoming one of those contests where you're wondering who is going to break first after, again, neither team scratching through the first 35 minutes, and now we've gone another 10, so we're 45 minutes into this contest, and still nothing so far offensively. Foul called that time on the Falcons, so here come the Quakers back past midfield. Chance here, but they're down in numbers as the Falcons get their defense in transition. Change here for the Falcons as well, as they will bring in Allison Curick out of Chicago. She is a junior forward and midfielder. I think this is the first time we've seen Curick so far here today. So Quakers have it right there at the 30. Ball passed inside the strike circle defensively. Good job by the Falcons, but and ended up hitting a foot of a Quaker player. That was a good job by Sophia O'Connor, the freshman for Concordia. And again, the Falcons here to the near side. Ball is blown, or the play is blown dead, and a lot of times they used to do it in field hockey where they would indicate what the foul might have been. They don't do that so much anymore. In fact, the last 3-4 years we've been doing field hockey, they've stopped doing the indication and try to just get the play going. Makes the game a little bit quicker. Players, I'm sure sometimes don't totally understand, as we don't see an indication many times what the foul may be. And you're going to say at least this near side official is doing a pretty good job of giving us an indication where the ball is hitting on a different player. That one hit up on the shoulder. Falcons try to go a little quick on the attack that time, and the official made him bring it back and set it up once again. So the ball near side, Isabella Bilton once again now for Concordia. Well, this time they do explain, the official here on the near side explaining the violation called against the Falcons. So now the Quakers have it again, just over 22 minutes remaining in this one. Ball outside the strike circle just to the left and cleared away. Once it gets past the strike circle, you have an opportunity, and the Quakers have just not gotten it in that strike circle area very much in this one here this afternoon. Very few penalty corners so far here in the second half as well, and you have to be impressed with this first match of the year for the Falcons in their first ever game at Concordia. First-year programs, so tough to put together. You're built with the greatest majority of your team being freshmen, and bringing them into the collegiate game is so difficult at times. Falcons out front. Boy, high shot. I'm not sure who that hit off of, but may have touched a Falcon player. It looked like maybe Kelsey Fulton was there. A pretty good shot that time by Kotmer, the freshman out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. So now the Falcons, their defense has been very good here today, and I'm not just talking about the shutout so far, but again, we haven't seen many shots on goal, but they've done a nice job disrupting the flow of the offense for the Quakers here this afternoon. Steal once again by Bilton. Just to the top of the strike circle. Quakers do a nice job picking up the steal, but they can't clear it as the ball on the stick now of Sam Dunn, and they'll continue to battle in Earlham territory as the ball goes to the sideline, and they will call, that may have been Christina Brunner, on the violation. And a late call there as the official said the ball ends up hitting an Earlham player. It looked like that may have been Maita Turlings. It was Turlings. The ball went off her forearm, so this will be played now by the Falcons to the right of the strike circle. They'll try to set it up, and they do get it inside the circle, and we have a penalty corner. So this will be penalty corner number 5 for the Falcons here this afternoon. Each team unofficially with 5 penalty corners, which is big because you get a man advantage right here, as we said earlier. So the Quakers, the Flyer will be the first one out of the gate to try to force the ball one way or the other, and that's where your defense will shift, and you want to give your other defensive players a chance to come back. Pass to the left, nice stick right there, and that's a good job. The Quakers defensively again able to come in and get a stick on it. That was Isabella Grasso there for the Quakers. Nice job. Flyer came out the way she was supposed to, but the Quakers again unable to clear it. Falcons opportunity again. Earlham able to get a stick back on it once again. That's Natalie Blatz here to the near side. Blatz has played well defensively here today as we're down to 19 minutes, just over 19 on the clock here in the second half. Good look at O'Connor here to the near side. On the stick now, Bilton. Bilton playing well. Quakers have 2 defensive players around the ball able to get the steal, and now here's Megan Hutt. Hutt knocked away just shy midfield. Quick foul called. Megan doesn't waste any time. Once she knows the whistle's blown, if she can go, she will go, and it's always an advantage. Megan able to get it by the defender. You hear the crowd a little ooh and ah that time because they saw some pretty good stick handling. Good dribbling that time by Megan Hutt. Hutt, an all-NCAC performer for the Quakers out of the Netherlands. Winding up and hitting that one was Maita Turlings. Tried to get a nice solid stick on that pass. Now here's Fulton. Falcons trying to get that first goal, and the ball goes wide, and the Quakers peeling back, and they had Vandervaart right there just in case. But again, the Falcons unable to capitalize on an opportunity on the counterattack here in the second half. 18 minutes remaining, and now time starting to become an issue in this one here today. So now we see the Falcons again work it on the right side. Quakers able to take it away before the ball enters the strike circle, but not this time. Got to get it out of there. Too many white jerseys around, and the foul called. They will call that violation on Caitlin Wenzel. She's out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, home of the famous Beaver Dam burger that they make there every year. So now to be Quakers' offensive opportunity here to the near side as it goes out of bounds. They must be serving food over there, am I right? I have never seen so many burgers and hot dogs come into this stadium, but doing a good job here at Earlham, getting the fans to come out and see some field hockey and football coming up a little bit later. 2:30. Foul called against the Quakers. I don't know if they got Megan or they got Isabella here on the near side, but it will be Falcon ball. Battle for the possession again. Each player has an opportunity to get possession of the ball. You can't block it, or you're not supposed to block it, again, with your body. And I think they ought to make this game a little more physical, myself. A little more checking and stuff, like hockey. But I don't think they're going to let me decide the rules. Coming up on the 16-minute mark here in the first half. Mentioned Concordia under the direction of Samantha Landis. I think overall she would be happy with the way that her team has played here today, especially on the defensive end. Again, both these teams struggling offensively, but they've done a nice job of really stopping the flow of the Quakers all day long. There's just been nothing there for Earlham. Ball near side. Falcons trying to play it back to the middle. If you can get that defense to shift one way and bring it back another and then go on the attack. Quakers have done that well in previous years, especially when you consider that you have Christina and Caitlin Bruner and then, of course, Megan Hutt, who we talked about earlier. So ball to the near side once again for the Falcons, and they'll put it in play with just over 15 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Quakers steal and now go to midfield. Good look there, Caitlin Bruner. Bruner on the dribble. She's very good with that left hand, too, as she tries to change direction. But again, well, the Falcons right there getting a stick on it was Brianna Bueller. I noticed in the pronunciation guide from Concordia, they say Bueller like Ferris. Bueller. Now, if I were a younger broadcaster, I wouldn't know who Ferris Bueller is unless I saw that movie, would I? So I'd be looking at it going, well, who's Ferris? Quakers come up. That's right. Here's the steal by Megan Hutt. Looks to pass it ahead. She wanted to get it to Caitlin Bruner. Again, Bruner could start that attack, but it was tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. And again, the Quakers try to push it up that left sideline, and Falcons again there with several white jerseys getting a stick on it. Again, Megan has it stolen away. Centering ball will go behind the intended recipient of that pass. That is Brandy Mueller. Mueller. And once again, we'll come to the near side as they'll scramble for the loose ball. It's a 50-50 ball available, and Quakers able to come up with it. There's a volleyball player that plays at Richmond High School. Her first name is Kiki. So we go back to Kiki Vandeweghe. Here are the Falcons once again, centering ball, knocked away. Good job again defensively. That is Natalie Blatz for the Quakers, able to get a stick on it and knock it down. And that stops the attack, but unfortunately for the Quakers, we'll be looking at a penalty corner. That'll be number 6 now for Concordia. And let's see if Bueller will be putting into play. No, it's going to be Fulton. We don't have a Fulton, do we? Fulton. Ball top of the strike circle, winding up, knocking it away. Good defensive play by Vander Vaart, who had that one come off the pad just to the right. Well, that's tough right there. If you're the Falcons, you had a great opportunity to score off of the penalty corner. And on the other side, the scary part about that one is for Vander Vaart is there was traffic in front of her. And anytime you get traffic, that ball can squirt either way, come up high, come low. You just never know where that ball will come away from. Ball inside the strike circle to the right, and a whistle and a foul called there on the Falcons. And we're getting to crunch time right here as we're down to 12 minutes remaining here in the second half. Falcons again come up with a steal off the stick of Bueller. Bueller inside the strike circle once again. And the ball squirts away to the far sideline. Now the Quakers on the counterattack. Once again off the stick of Caitlin Bruner. Bruner looking to center the ball. Will put it in play into the strike circle. Ball knocked away again. Good defense by the Falcons. And now out with it is Allison Kierick. Quakers come up with a steal. Here's Megan Hutt. Hutt, once again, looking to center that ball, and we've got a penalty corner here, I believe, on the Falcons, and we do. So the Quakers now with their 6th penalty corner. What the Flyer has to do here is put the pressure on that initial shot off the hash mark to the left, and then try to get the pass to go one way or the other. So your defense can make sure they adjust as well. You don't want that ball to the top all the way because they can go either way. Here's Hutt. Shot good! Megan Hutt from long range. And the Quakers get on the board, and there is the player you want to get it to, is Megan Hutt. How about that? Megan Hutt at officially 10:50 here in this one, and that one could not have come at a better time off their 6th penalty corner, and I think that is Concordia going to call a timeout, and they do. Work to perfection. And on your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers get their first goal and lead this one 1-0.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Well, how about Megan Hutt, the long-range goal to give the Quakers the 1-0 lead. And as I mentioned, time is going to be a factor now for the Falcons. And now the Quakers, one thing they don't want to do is give up anything cheap here in the later stages of this one. So, Megan, we mentioned you want the ball on her stick, and they got it. That was a perfect pass off of the left hash mark, and then all of a sudden, the great hit by Megan Hutt. Megan, by the way, got a good strike on that one. We saw her do it earlier, and she topped it, and you could tell she was frustrated, but boy, she came back strong and had a great hit from the top, and it's an amazing shot. The thing is, you've got to hit the black. You can't hit the netting, so she did exactly what she needed to do, so 1-0 lead. So now it's up to the Falcons. Can they come back right here and try to get that tying goal as the Quakers now have the 1-0 lead? And see if the Quakers, though, I don't think they'll go into any kind of a stall, but you would think they'd use a lot of clock if they can on each and every possession. As that ball goes past the end line, and let's see, it will be the Quakers taking over. So you figure if you're 9:37, if you can get 5 possessions of a full minute, you're really giving now the Falcons about 4 minutes to do anything with the ball. But the key is you've got to keep possession. Ball at the left sideline and will go out of play. By the way, don't forget the football team will be here. Their season opener, for those of you that will tune in this afternoon, will be on the air at around 2:10. Kickoff at 2:30 as the Quakers will take on Southern Virginia. And, of course, the first full Saturday of college football. Everything started on pretty much, I think it was Tuesday night. They played down in Australia, California, and Hawaii, and then continued on Thursday, Friday, and we'll finish up with that big matchup, Notre Dame and Texas, coming up on Sunday. Falcons with a possession as we're coming up on the 8-minute mark here in this one. Ball far sideline, and imagine again with the lack of depth for both of these teams, the squads might be getting a little bit warm. The good thing about today, though, a very nice day. There's no humidity. We've had a breeze, and it is not a hot day as well. Things will change next week, though. Now, the Quakers play on Tuesday. Temperatures expected to get back into the 90s, and that means this turf will be very, very warm for the conference opener on Tuesday evening, a 7 o'clock start time. Ball stolen away for the Falcons. That'll be Sam Dunn. She's been active today. Dunn on the dribble. Lead pass knocked away. And the Quakers able to run it down to the far side. Here the crowd starting to get into it. They thought a foul should have been called at some point as Natalie Blatch back defensively, and that will squirt wide and go past the end line just to the right of Camille Vandervaart. And again, you watch that clock ticking away, 7 minutes remaining in this one. For the Falcons, you want to place that as quickly as you can and get this thing going offensively. But again, you have to be impressed. Their first time out as a brand new team in college field hockey. Good steal here by Megan Hutt. Tried to find her teammate here to the near sideline as Olivia Honigman able to control it. Looking ahead, they had numbers but can't get the pass up the field, and a foul called from behind on Sam Dunn. And now the Quakers again. Here to the near side, then taken away once again by Dunn. This is Bilton. Bilton, nice pass down the sideline, and Mueller coming up with it now to the left. Looked to make the pass, went to the turf. No foul there on the Quakers. She just went down. Looking back toward the middle, you had Fulton at the top of the strike circle, and just ahead of her was Rachel Scholes. So they had a pretty good triangle going here to the near side, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity, as now we're at 6 minutes, and the Falcons will take it out here to the near side. Ball struck inside the circle and just wide to the right. And, of course, now it wouldn't have counted from there. It had to touch someone inside the strike circle first, as I heard a couple of fans go, ooh. No, it's got to touch someone inside that strike circle. I actually think they ought to change that rule as well, and you can shoot it from anywhere you want, no matter who touches it. Of course, there's a lot of rules I would change. Soccer, a few other things. And when I become emperor, I will change them. Ball near side, squirts away from Bilton. Nice spin by Mueller. Mueller now on the left sideline. Good stick work as she continues to dribble inside the strike circle, and the ball right in front of Vandervaart and then knocked away. Wow, that was way too close. Looked like the Quakers made a change in their lineup as Laura Halifa has come in. Number 20, Halifa, is out of Beirut, Lebanon, just a junior. Quakers continue to bring players in from all over the world. They have players from Turkey, Zimbabwe, Syria, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and even some weird country called Colorado. Here is a penalty corner here for the Falcons in the strike circle. Quakers need to clear it as we're down to the final 4 minutes remaining. Boy, everybody's back. He's looking good, isn't he? The guy's looking younger all the time. Earlham men's and women's basketball teams should be very good this year. A good recruiting class. A lot of young freshmen will step in as we have another penalty corner. And, boy, if you're head coach Heather Moore starting to get a little bit nervous about these penalty corners this late, unofficially number 8. Quakers scored their lone goal off a penalty corner with just around 10:50 remaining in this one, and now we're down to our final 3.5 minutes. Quakers need to get a stop right here and get that ball into Concordia territory. Outside the circle, here's a strike knocked away with the left. Boy, I tell you what, good job by Vandervaart with the padding on the left, and that one not even close to getting in, but a heck of a shot by the Falcons once again. They will keep it, and they know they now have to start working quickly. Back inside the circle again, we've got a whistle and a foul, and that'll be called on the Falcons. So now, ball cleared away, but boy, the Quakers need to keep possession. Falcons back inside Earlham territory. Ball knocked down as we'll have a 50-50 opportunity right here, and they'll call that on the Quakers. They got Maita on the foul. Ball shot in front of the goalkeeper. Player goes down, and a penalty corner. Well, it's getting a little bit too close, and watching the coaching staff for the Quakers, especially head coach Heather Moore, this is the last thing they want to see is 3 penalty corners in the last couple of minutes. Coming up on the 2-minute mark in this one. Falcons lifted high and knocked down with the left hand by Vandervaart. And the Quakers unable to clear it again. Here come the Falcons inside the circle, and we have a delayed whistle, and there's another penalty corners. The Quakers trying to hold on right here. That's number 10 for Concordia. Everyone will need a fresh beverage by the time this one is over with. 1:37 and counting. Another penalty corner. 10-6 in penalty corners for Concordia. Perfect top of the strike circle. They'll work it left. Here come the Quakers defensively and knock it out of play. And the last one to touch it, I believe that time was Maita Turlings. They'll bring it. They have to set it up out front. There you see the set at about the 25-yard line. Back inside the circle again. Quakers try to clear it, and a good job there by Blatch to knock it out of there because more time now coming off the clock. As you see, it's under a minute remaining. Quakers just can't clear it now. They've got to make a couple of passes here and try to waste some time. And we have a timeout by the official. And they'll stop the clock. Ours a little behind here. It's officially at 44.6. Well, they're going to wait now. They wait until the official says they can go. And there you have it. So the clock beginning to tick away in the final seconds of this one. And the Quakers at midfield. Ball knocked down. Earlham, again, just moments away from going 1-0 and playing again tomorrow with some momentum on their side. There's no way now as the Quakers advance it all the way inside the strike circle. Backhanded just wide of the goal. But there's not enough time now for the Falcons to get the ball down the field and do anything with it as we're down to those final 10 seconds remaining. So the Quakers are going to win this one here this afternoon. Their season opener here at Darrell Bean Stadium, and this one is over. Quakers win it here this afternoon by a final of 1-0. The goal by Megan Hutt, her first of the season, and a great start for the Quakers here this afternoon. We'll come back and wrap things up from Darrell Bean Stadium in just a moment. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Well, Megan Hutt, you see Megan right there on your screen. She's cramping up as this one comes to an end, but Megan gets the goal at about 10:50 off the penalty corner here in the second half. That was your only goal at this one here this afternoon as the Quakers knock off the Falcons of Concordia by a final of 1-0. Quakers return to action tomorrow as they will take on Transylvania right here at Darrell Bean Stadium. We'll be on the air at about 12:50. 1 o'clock is your start time. But a good start for the Quakers. They win it by a final of 1-0. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.